December 22nd, 1864, General William Tecumseh Sherman sends President Abraham Lincoln a message. I beg to present you as a Christmas gift the city of Savannah. William Tecumseh Sherman is, of course, talking about the march to the sea that happened at the end of 1864 from November 15th to December 21st, marching through Georgia from the capital, Atlanta, to Savannah, from Atlanta to the sea, to the Sherman's march to the sea. So really it was just kind of a terroristic campaign. They were just attacking the civilians. And the operation was to debilitate the Confederacy and hope to push the civilians into... It was a scorched earth policy, destroyed military targets, industry infrastructure, civilian property, disrupt the Confederacy's economy, transportation networks, supply lines. It's total war. It was total war. So William Tecumseh Sherman is going to tell Lincoln, you know, so they march in December 21st. It was a day ago, but then he delivers the telegraph, the message the day after. Let's see. Do we want the aftermath or the legacy? We'll do the telegraph. Here it is. The reply. Sherman telegraphed to President Lincoln, I beg to present you as a Christmas gift the city of Savannah with 150 heavy guns and plenty of ammunition and about 25,000 bales of cotton. They didn't do the whole sentence. They just did the... Okay, so... On December 26th, the president replied in a letter, many, many thanks for your Christmas gift, the capture of Savannah. When you were about leaving Atlanta for the Atlantic coast, I was anxious, if not fearful, but feeling that you were the better judge, and remember that nothing risked, nothing gained, I did not interfere. Now the understanding being a success, the honor is yours, for I believe none of us went further than to acquiesce and taking the work of General Thomas into the account it should be taken. It is indeed a great success. Not only does it afford the obvious and immediate military advantages, but in showing to the world that your army could be divided, putting the stronger part to an important new service, and yet leaving enough to vanquish the old opposing force of the old Hood's army. It brings those who sat in darkness to see a great light. But what next? I suppose it would be safer if I leave General Grant and yourself to decide. Please make my grateful acknowledgments to your whole army, officers and men. The march attracted a huge number of refugees to whom Sherman assigned land with his special field orders number 15. These orders have been depicted in popular culture as the origin of the 40 acres and a mule promise. From Savannah, after a month-long delay for rest, Sherman marched north in the spring through the Carolinas, intended to complete his turn-in movement and combine his armies with Grant's against Robert E. Lee. After a successful 2-month campaign, William Tecumseh Sherman accepted the surrender of General Joseph E. Johnston and his forces in North Carolina on April 26, 1865. Legacy. Union soldiers sang many songs during the march, but it is one written afterward that came to symbolize the campaign. Marching Through Georgia, written by Henry Clay Work in 1865, sung from the point of view of a Union soldier. The lyrics detail the freeing of slaves and the punishing the Confederacy for starting the war. Sherman came to dislike the song in part because he was never one to rejoice over our fallen foe, and in part because it was played at almost every public appearance that he attended. It was widely popular among U.S. soldiers of the 20th century wars. Whatever. Fucking William Tecumseh Sherman, you piece of shit. But anyways, Savannah was taken on the 21st, and then the 22nd, here's a gift, says William Tecumseh Sherman, and then a letter, the 26th dated, so who knows when he got it. But Lincoln says, thank you. Thank you for giving me Savannah. We wouldn't have gone any farther than as far as you would have gone. He probably could have just seen, it seemed like it was a walk in the park. Hardly any resistance, at least when they came to Savannah.